Hello, my children. Welcome to the Green Lodge. Guy Mosh's Bunraku is a musical masquerading as an ultra-stylish kung fu movie. It cribs from an assortment of influences ranging from Rodgers and Hammerstein to Afro samurai. But before we get to that, I wanted to thank my patrons: Chris Markinson, Stormy OK, Bryce Cleek, Catherine C., and Larry Kortowitz. Right now, I have that 2-hour Hellraiser series deep dive for when I hit 50 patrons.
Come to Daddy.
My name is Justin D. Hurd. I'm all sewn up. Are you ready to go? Set in a dystopic future where all guns have been destroyed, Bunraku follows an assortment of outlaws. These include a drifter with a one-hit knockout punch, a samurai with no master, and a cynical bartender. All of them are out for revenge for a whole cavalcade of reasons. This film is the epitome of more interesting than good. It also falls firmly into the camp of style over substance. Most of the fights lack inspiration, though they're executed with precision. Unfortunately, all fights involving Gact of Malice Miser's Skin and Yellow Fried Chicken's fame are simply boring. Josh Hartnett's scenes, however, have a playful assurance to them that lifts the film anytime he's on screen. My favorite scene of this was the poker tournament. He's so skilled at sleight of hand that, even with his sleeves rolled up in full view of a multitude of cameras, his winnings tower over everyone else's, and he just sits there smug with the display of his abilities. At the center of the plot is Ron Perlman's killer number one, Nicola the Woodcutter. He's the top assassin and leader of the city. Like the number system from Afro Samurai, this position affects the whole city, as though power is transferred through the might makes right mentality. In this context, it makes the woodcutter own the city, and its prosperity and politics are intrinsically tied to whoever is the number one killer. I'm sure you can immediately see how over the top this is. As a result, what we get is a minimalist warriors with wandering bands of warring street gangs unified under the woodcutter's banner. We see first-hand corruption of his gangs through Gac's swordsmen and the destruction of his family's restaurant. He is also attacked while at the city office. He's not safe anywhere. All of this for an amulet. His journey leads him to the Horseless Horseman Saloon. He is introduced to the bartender, played to perfection by Woody Harrelson. He's having so much fun in this role, another lost soul with a yet-to-be-revealed tragic backstory. In the grand tradition of using puppetry and illustration, I love the bartender's use of his pop-up book to explain essentially the origins of Spider-Man in a way to create a moral grounding for the film. He's also the guiding force for the story, as he both brings together the drifter and the swordsman, but also gives them a path for their revenge. What's really fascinating to me is how much gravitas they bring to this matchup. Like two kaiju fighting each other, only for them to come together to take out a much bigger villain. Not only do we get that, they also fight in the rain, because it looks cool, damn it. The two find they really are perfectly complementary fighters and unable to best one another. To add another layer to the cavalcade of madness, the story's narrator is Mike Patton of Faith No More and the Darkness fame.
Remembering something, Jackie?
His voice adds a delicious menace to the action. A particular highlight for me is the prison break sequence, initiated with a pitch-perfect
Happy birthday, fucker.
Here, the drifter fights dozens of guards in an effort to break out the swordsman. It's basically an extended live-action stick fight. Finally, Demi Moore plays the woodcutter's concubine. She's his unrequited prize that he's claimed as the number one killer. She's a force behind the scenes, torturing Nikolai as much as she's subservient to his will. She also has a connection to one of our band of brothers. Guy Mosh has stated that he wanted the battle scenes to serve the same purpose as musical numbers. You can definitely feel this as they prepare for the final assault. The battle against the Dark Mirror self as killer number 2 taps out a rhythm that sets the tone and pace of the following action scenes. It is one of the best sequences in the film. This is one of those weird films that I've grown oddly attached to. Every time I go to buy movies at my local video store, I will buy up any copies of Bunraku I can to give out to friends so they can experience this insane vision. As it stands right now, most streaming services have seemed to ditch the film. But Guy Mosh has finally released a new film in 2020 that I'm dying to check out, LX 2048. Maybe I'll cover that soon. And that's it. What did you think of Bunraku? Had you seen it before, or is this your first introduction to this madness? Let me know who stood out to you below. As always, you can find me on Twitter at JustinDHerd or on my website, justindherd.com. We also have merch available. Links below. Please consider supporting us on Patreon like these fine people: Chris Markinson, Stormy OK, Bryce Cleek, Catherine C., and Larry Kortowitz. If you want to support the channel as well, you can do so for as little as $1 per video. You get access to the videos early, scripts, as well as commentaries for each video. Thank you for sticking to the end of the episode. It's been an absolute pleasure entertaining you. But it's getting late. I'm all sewn up. Close the door behind you.